Challengers approaching!
Sonic!
It's Sonic's 25th anniversary!
So naturally, it's the perfect time to make a Sonic-themed countdown.
To celebrate this milestone, we'll be counting down our favourite zones from Sonic games.
Of course, these have to be from actual platformers, so no Sonic's Labyrinth today, folks.
We're only choosing one zone from each game, and we will respect the newer games while also being classic Sonic fans.
Sonic the Hedgehog, a very cringy franchise with or without the annoying fanbase made of fucking degenerate subhumans who fap to God knows what. A franchise that constitutes a blue hedgehog saving the planet's animals from a mad scientist. Very simple stuff, but yet its acceptable titles couldn't even be considered a plurality in the whole run of the series up until now, even though the whole franchise is considered one of the most important in the video game industry, as it was the main rival of the then industrial juggernaut Nintendo. But Sonic back then wasn't a direct metaphor of investment disaster in internet fetishes, but a part of the then main culture in 80s Americana, thanks to the way the game and its system was advertised, with its heavily in-your-face competitive advertising, with the whole Genesis does what Nintendo don't, something that represents American nationalism very heavily and has never been used till Trump's successful 2016 campaign. But all these characteristics can be seen in the original game by confirming the advertisements, and the confirmation can be thanked on the very first zone, the Green Hill Zone. The first zone of the first game, while it doesn't represent the rest of the game fully, it gives the customers what they demanded. A very fast-paced game where you can go through the stage with little to no mistake if you have a good reaction speed, and it rewarded you with a glimpse of the bonus stages since they are very easy to be unlocked in the first part of the zone. The second part starts like the first one. You think that it would be like the first, but you come at a place where you have to actually use careful platforming in order to not die. So yeah, you see, the game tells you to raise your brain usage from a Jill Stein to a George Wallace or Patrick Buchanan. You're most likely going to die at least once because you will still have the mentality of the first part, but the stage is designed well enough to get you to switch your playing style without switching your mood of what the game represents, by also including fast-paced segments. At the last part, it is a very good mixture of both of the styles that the previous parts had, with a big possibility of finding out some secrets. And at last, you fight Dr. Eggman for like 5 to 10 seconds, and you're done! You save the little animals, fuck yeah America, and Finn. You expect something more spectacular? It's like the first zone of the first game. If you want to, lay off the fucking video games and go read a good book. Toodles.
Nostalgia is a significant factor in how we favour certain media, which is why I'm talking about a level from Sonic Advance 2 of all games, my first ever game. Second ever zone, Music Plant Zone beats all GBA zones visually and certainly hourly. There's a new colour every step, a finite predecessor to Sonic Colours, and every odd step can add to the soundtrack, whether it be the octave scales that change colour, windpipes that change colour, and grinding rails that change colour. Music Plant Zone is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. One of the level's standout instrumental innovations is trampolines as cymbals, which is genius. I hate how loud cymbals are, and this bouncy cushion solves that, and it makes Sonic do this cool jump. Like, how epic is that? Concerning bouncing, something as monotonous as wall jumping is made fun with bouncing keys with quavers popping out faster than you can open a pack. Clefs, instruments and toy-like enemies also scatter the land. When assets are repeated in this level, it's made to express that this level is so damn colourful, and I love it. Sonic zones share level archetypes with other Sonic games and other games, but literally the only level I can think of as musical as this is Bandland from Rayman, and I don't see us doing top 10 Rayman levels anytime soon. Well, except Stardust Speedway from Sonic CD, but that's a bit dull. Here I love to soak in the variety where you can add to the soundtrack by stepping on these wacky sounding instruments. Even the map icon of Music Plant Zone resembles a soundboard and a keytar. A keytar! And you can play as Cream on this stage, and Cream's the name of a band. Music Plant Zone has an eclectic mix of wanting to explore the level and not gotta go too fast, but also has lots of opportunities to ride along with the music and gotta go faster, 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 Sonic X.
My word, it was only October when I spent a whole 28 clickable right now minutes talking about Sonic Lost World's Desert Ruins in my Let's Play, and now I'm back again to talk about it in a much more compressed time frame. So Desert Ruins starts off, and it's alright. To be honest, I hate desert levels in gaming, especially when they insist on being World 2. But at least this is fine, with a big open world to run around and slippery sand chutes chucking you about. Things quickly improve though, and by Act 2, Desert Ruins shows exactly why it's in the top 10 Sonic zones. Sonic steams ahead as if he were the hype train himself, unstoppable as he runs down a honey-coated platform. A single homing attack can eliminate a whole conga line of bees, making this not only one of the most fun levels in the game, but also the most practical, as it's fantastic for grinding flickies when the enemies practically paint their own tombstones with honey. Oh, but if you hit a wall... That level didn't have much to do with the desert, but by Act 3 the game just chucks in another S and boom! Welcome to the Desert Ruins! Like the sweet mountain of Sonic colours, the aesthetic is simply delicious, filled with all kinds of chocolatey treats. Even if crepes are better than American pancakes and nobody should buy Oreos after Kraft took over the pride of British chocolate, Cadbury. Did I mention that I played this level at Eurogamer 2013 with Stelios? He died right at the end. And then you're back to the desert.
I smell a storm coming.
Ah, but who cares, cause it's ruled by the #1 segment from Top 6 Deadly 6 members, the Zomom! Desert Ruins is a complete pick and mix. It can be a vast desert or an auto-scroller, a Candyland or the world's longest beehive, but that variety makes it far better than any World 2 desert area before it, and one of my favourite Sonic zones.
If you haven't heard me express it before, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is not just my favorite Sonic game, but one of my all-time favorite games. It gets everything right, from fast blast processing gameplay to an incredible soundtrack partly composed by that of Michael Jackson. Its story jumps right in following that of Sonic 2. Tails flying his tornado alongside a Chaos Emerald powered Super Sonic, arriving at the mystical floating landmass of Angel Island. Upon arriving, Sonic is stopped in his tracks by the first-time appearance of Knuckles the Echidna, who, in one fell swoop, knocks the Chaos Emeralds away from Sonic, as Knuckles, placed under the impression by Dr. Eggman that Sonic was after the Master Emerald. And, as we all know, the Great Emerald's power allows him to feel. Sonic and Tails then proceed to rush after him in the Great Zone of Angel Island, filled with cleverly named enemies like Rhinobot and Monkey Dude. One of my favorite things about the first level is the environmental change. After the first act's mini-boss, the island is set ablaze, much like Michael Jackson's hair that one time. Which changes the island's aesthetic from a cool, serene island to an intense wildfire inferno. Angel Island is an amazing introduction to this amazing game. It conveys so much story with no dialogue and little context. It's impressive to have such memorable levels when you're going so fast most of the time, but Angel Island is by far my most memorable Sonic zone, mostly due to how much is shown to happen in just the first level of the game.
I'll admit, Sonic Heroes is a guilty pleasure of mine. Sure, the camera can go to hell, and the voice acting makes Nails having sex on top of a chalkboard sound like Bach by comparison, but I still had some fun with it. I guess whatever praise I can give for this game can go directly to the concept of controlling 3 characters at once with different attributes, and how well the levels play off of this design. Since I have to pick one to reflect on, I'm picking Egg Fleet, because Jesus! The name of the game is go from airship to airship until you get to the core and destroy it. Sounds simple? We'll have fun with the copious amounts of enemies, cannons, and the fear of you falling off. This level's a pretty big test of skill, allowing for multiple instances of using the best of your team's attributes in order to clear it, but more so than any other level since it is one of the last levels in the game. Still though, this level is pretty freaking cool, and I wish that more levels can go overboard. Wait, Knuckles already makes that pun. Way to kill my aspirations, you red piece of sh**.
Water levels in video games aren't really seen with much praise. Slower movement, limited air, boring music, frustration abroad. And Sonic is no exception to this. But once in a blue moon, an excellent water level comes along in a game series and lets us know that getting wet is not all bad. And, once again, Sonic is no exception to this. Making its way in Sonic colors is Aquarium Park. The scenery is absolutely gorgeous, being based off of ancient Japanese architecture. It's also quite colorful, if you get what I'm saying. And the music is the most recognizable within the game, apart from maybe the opening and final boss themes. It was even used for the Gaming Family's intro. Wait, they aren't in that anymore. Anyway, Sonic has the ability to run across the water when going really fast, but he can actually swim finally. When entering the water, Sonic does move slower, but thanks to the drill power-up, that's not an issue. Sonic moves incredibly fast, and getting through these parts where the drill is available is an absolute joy. No more reminiscing of Hydra City and its constant drowning fear. Overall, this is one gorgeous zone that actually manages to give water levels and Sonic a good name. Too bad that hasn't really been held up as of late.
So what does Sonic love? Speed! You know what zone has speed? Stardust Speedway from Sonic CD, a game that actually does time travel correctly, and also introduces what is argued to be Sonic's greatest match, Amy Rose. I mean, Metal Sonic's threatening too, but at least he's not forcing Sonic into marriage. That being said, I think Metal Sonic may be the biggest prick in Sonic the Hedgehog's entire franchise. I mean, look at this, he's stamping a baby bunny's head in. Who the hell does that, man? I mean, come on! But it's okay, because in Stardust Speedway we're finally going to teach this metal monster some manners. We're going to show him who's the real Sonic! But not before doing a bit of sightseeing in this nightlife nightmare. I honestly don't quite get what this zone is. It can literally be anything, from streets to theme parks to ancient Greece. It's just utter chaos. But that's probably what it's supposed to be. Utter chaos. Like, this is some of the fastest Sonic has ever been, and not gonna lie, it's really intense. Not to mention the music. Oh man, this is some of the catchiest music ever. There's like 5 tracks from this zone alone, including the past, present, good future, and the endlessly awesome bad future. That's not even including the American soundtrack. Like, you could release this zone as its own album. It's just mental! This zone is widely considered a classic, and it's clear to see why. It's even represented in both versions of Sonic Generation. Yes, it's hard and can get frustrating, but there's too many awesome things to ignore here. From the contrasting crazy color scheme to the nail-biting race between Metal Sonic, this zone will always be considered one of the best Sonic zones.
Sonic 06 is notorious for being labelled as one of the worst games of all time. There are many reasons for that, and I think the list is too big for me to actually explain them in a segment this short. However, how about looking for the good amongst the bad, the gold amongst the plastic, the smarties amongst the quinoa? Crisis City is an example of a level in Sonic 06, one of the only examples in fact, that was actually incredible. Let's address the obvious, the big elephant in the room, the setting itself. A crumbling, doomed city with a bloodshot sky. The aesthetic is already so epic, speeding through the fallen remains of a city with the occasional sight of a car spinning through the air, just the daily usual. The music that complements the scene is fast, it's punchy, and intense as hell. Loop-de-loops, breathtaking moments where you run through a surging mess of debris. But when this level was thrown into Sonic Generations, things got even more intense, hyped, slightly arousing. The music was punchier, more violins, more violence, with so many dangerous, frantic elements to both 2006 and Sonic Generations installments of this zone. Crisis City certainly lives up to its name, unlike the poor citizens in this area who probably won't live at all. So how about that? There's actually some good stuff in Sonic 06 after all.
Oh yeah, lay down that sick beat! From Sonic the Hedgehog 2, we have Chemical Plant Zone. After starting you out on Emerald Hill Zone, which is nice, but perhaps a bit too similar to Green Hill Zone, the game throws you into what has to be one of the most unsanitary and dangerous factories in video game history. The hazards in the zone include tiles on the ground which rotate and can cause you to fall to your doom, flying blue blobs which somehow travel in an arc, and of course, the infamous purple stuff. Seriously, what is this even supposed to be? It's like water, but purple. I'm just gonna call it the grape juice of death. Chemical Plants Act 1 isn't too stressful, but you'd better keep moving at all costs in Act 2. Otherwise, the grape juice of death will catch up to you and cause the game's soundtrack to hit the panic button. And if you survive all of this, you have to fight Dr. Eggman, who will try to spray you with, you guessed it, the grape juice of death. You'd think all of this would result in a toxic environment, but Chemical Plant feels just the opposite for the player. Suction tubes are scattered throughout the entire zone, giving Sonic an automated speed boost every time he enters one, and providing some pretty cool zigzagging. These, along with the classic loops and paths that constantly weave up and down, capture the essence of Sonic and give off a real sense of speed. And did I mention how kick-butt this zone's music is? Chemical Plant has it all. Speed, challenge, atmosphere, awesome music, and most of all, satisfaction. It's no wonder this zone was chosen to represent Sonic 2 in Generations. And that's why Zone 2 from Sonic 2 is planted at number 2 on this list.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow.
Can't stick around, have to keep moving on.
Guess what lies ahead? Only one way to find out.
Must keep on moving ahead.
No time for guessing, follow my plan instead.
Trusting in what you can't see.
Take my lead, I'll set you free.
Follow me, set me free.
Trust me and we will escape from the city.
I'll make it through, follow
along.
Don't sing this wrong.
Every gamer in the world knows this song. That's why this zone is number 1.
Follow me.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Here we go. City Escape is such a great level. Grinding rails like a daredevil.
It's the first stage from Adventure 2. There's no other options, only one thing to do.
I don't care what lies ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead.
Just rip off Pepsi Man. Steal his level. Not cool, man!
It's so raw, drops your jaw. Join me and we'll run away from the law.
Sonic's quite fast. Follow
him.
Don't follow me.
Trust him and you might escape from the city. Oh look, a truck, wait, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
What's up guys, this is Trail Mix Blazer, the host of Top 10 Sonic Zones. Thank you so much for watching, we really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and would perhaps like to check out some of our other videos, well, that's what this end slate is for. If you click on the annotation in the top left, you will be taken to our previous countdown, Top 5 Kirby Copy Abilities. If you click on the top right, you will be taken to a Chaps Play tournament featuring 8 of us playing in a tourney for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. It also features Windy Hill Zone, which is the Sonic stage there, and it has our very own Tail of the Toaster playing as Sonic himself. Speaking of Tail of the Toaster, if you click on the bottom left, you will be taken to his Let's Play of Inazuma 11-2 Firestorm. And if you click on the bottom right, you will be taken to a countdown by Stelio78910 featuring his top 5 Pokemon ideas for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Again, thank you so much for watching, and to Sonic himself, happy 25th birthday, buddy.